It is now official that we are in the new year. Welcome to 2026. Most of us, we started our resolution yesterday. It was so beautiful. I saw a lot of persons writing out their new resolution, a very long sheet as when I just sleep. It's very, very beautiful and it's a thing to behold. Most of us started the resolution yesterday, and today we nearly forgot the fact that we made a resolution. We wanted to go back to our past, but we came back to our senses. I'm in a new resolution, which is understandable that when you are starting something like this, you might literally making mistakes. And for most of us, we just believe that this resolution, most of us, almost 90% of us, might not be able to keep to this new resolution based on the fact or based on how life is going or how life is treating us. Or sometimes we might not even have enough to be able to sustain such resolution, or what we plan to do might not be working according to how life is planning us. Because you can be planning and Tinubu and economy can be planning you somehow. So it's very, very understandable, which is very, very fine. But that is not my problem. Yesterday, as I was passing along the road, I heard pastors shouting on top of their voices, "You will not die this year, you will build house, you will marry, you will travel, you will get visa, you will travel abroad." You understand that kind of stuff now. And they were shouting amen, amen. I had a lot of amen in the church, and I was like, wow, this is very, very good. And when he said the loudest amen, we get the biggest miracle. And I just heard Uchi and Okafor, they were just shouting on top of their voice, amen. The amen was so loud that even the person playing the drum, trying to beat the drum, I could never hear the person, but I was saying their amen. But that is not my problem. My problem this year is that I hope as you are planning for all these things, you are planning for luxurious cars, planning for that kind of fancy houses, you're planning for that kind of lifestyle that even yourself, you look at yourself in the mirror, say, "Oh, I believe I've achieved something." I hope you're also planning for your health, because health should be our core value for 2026. Because I heard a lot of persons last year, we neglected we were so careless about our health, but out of the mercies of God, we are still alive. Sometimes we know that there is a natural phenomenon, it happens. Some maybe due to our carelessness, or some maybe it was destined to happen, or some they might link it back to village people per se. But that is not the problem now. The problem is that sometimes we ourselves need to play our own part. We need to live physical battle. We need to take the physical battle and live spiritual battle for God. Because God cannot be fighting spiritual battles and you're expecting to be fighting your physical battles as well. The battle that you're supposed to take care of, imagine a simple tip like drink a lot of water, which you know that is very, very healthy for the body. You refuse to drink a lot of water, and when you feel the dehydration, you faint or something happens to you, you blame God for that, which is never the case. So we advise that you drink a lot of fluid, especially a lot of water, especially this trying moment, this dehydrating moment. Get yourself back on track. Now also eat good food. Most of us will tend to save for most of these material things. We are too materialistic that we forget the fact that we need to eat good food. So 2026, you have to eat good food. Regular exercise, very, very important. You need to exercise regularly. Don't be saying, I cannot jog, I cannot this, I cannot, or if I'm working. Most of us will confuse too much stress. You are working due to stress and exercise. There's a very big difference between stress and exercise. So do that. Also learn stress management. Know how to manage your stress. Most of us don't know how to manage our stress, and that is why we are always stressed out. So and learn how to manage your stress. Work according to the doctor advice. Take a lot of multivitamins in 2026. Multivitamins or vitamins should be your core value, because sometimes the body cannot produce most of this. So they need an external source to keep it going. So it takes a lot of vitamins this year. And also, very, very important, most of us don't have things to check our health, which is also another problem of having with Nigerians. We neglect our health, that we go to pharmacies and selling a lot of head check, or things like typhoid test cassette, malaria test cassette, HIV test cassette, all those kind of cassette. We tend to neglect them. We forget that we need this thing in our homes. They should be among our first aid. They should be like our personal tools that we use at home to check ourselves. Most importantly, get a blood pressure machine. Most of us don't have blood pressure machine, but you're using iPhone 17 Pro Max, you're using iPhone 16, you're using Samsung Fold, Galaxy. If you see the kind of phones that people are using, I wonder if a dead body can use phones. If you end up and dying due to the fact that you neglected to check your heart rate, to monitor your blood pressure, what are you going to tell God when you get there? That you are using expensive phones but you cannot get a blood pressure monitors. It's very, very important. You have to get that this year, so that we neglect all this advice and it happens. You will not blame your pastor that the prayer he prayed on crossover night was a waste, because your pastor prayer was not a waste. It's you that neglect your own part. You refuse to play your own part. You cannot go to a job and refuse to do your own job and you expect a salary. It will never work. So I want you to be keep your health. healthy and at the end of the year, so that when it happens or when you fail to do this or compromises this and it happens, you will not blame your village people, because when misfortune happen, village people are always a scapegoat.